What's up guys, it's JK and I'm here with the Chelsea player rating predictions for FIFA 18. So I'm going to be starting with Chelsea, of course, the Premier League title winners in the last campaign. In FIFA 17 he got a big upgrade, +3 I believe, although Chelsea had a bad season the previous one. And last campaign Chelsea won the league. They were really untouchable after the 3-0 defeat to Arsenal, of course. And he was the most consistent goalkeeper. They awarded him with the Golden Glove for his 16 clean sheet. Although goalkeepers like Heaton and Butland got far more saves than him, and he was really consistent at the post, and he made some incredible crucial saves as well. So I think he is due to get a 90 rated goal card in FIFA 18. So he's going to be like one of the top 3 goalkeepers in the next year. So moving into the 3 centre backs at the back, first we got David Luiz. He's been trolled in the social media for the last couple of years and so, but last campaign you gotta give it to him. He had a very good season. Of course, the reunion with Chelsea this time it really went well, and he's one of the very good solid players for Chelsea last campaign. So he's got an 84 rated card in terms of FIFA 17, and I think he's due to get an 85 rated card, not higher than 85, because I still believe Laurent Koscielny is one of the best underrated centre backs. He's got an 85 rated card this campaign, and is most likely to get in same 85 rated card next campaign. So I think he should be on par with Laurent Koscielny and stuff. It's not entirely special. David Luiz makes some defensive errors, but when he plays with the 3 at the back, it goes like mostly unnoticed, and he's always good on the ball. Of course, he can be a centre defensive mid as well. So given him a very good looking 85 rated card, and once again, it's not going to be like highly expensive throughout the game. So Gary Cahill had an amazing season after a disastrous one with John Terry the previous one. His new centre back partnerships are much better than the old England veteran. So he has massively improved, and for centre back to score 8 goals in all competition in the 43 appearances, it's like really great stats, man. Even not many strikers would manage to get 8 goals in a season. So I think he definitely deserves a big upgrade, and I given him an 84 rated card. He has an 83 rated card in FIFA 17, but his card is like so underused. Not many people like to use his card, but his inform card last year was a very good, like a cheap budget card you can use, and I can see him getting a good upgrade. Like his shooting and passing, his passing is like in 50s for Christ's sake. He should be in the 60s, and it's going to be like one of the solid cards. It's going to be very cheap compared to David Luiz's one. So Cesar Azpilicueta started from the left back and landed at the centre back, and I can be so sure that he's going to be getting a centre back card for FIFA 18, and it has its plus and minus. On the plus side, you can get a centre back card with his he's got like near 80 pace. He's so good on the ball, his dribbling is fantastic, he's got a passing angle as well, and he's got some good defensive stats, and his physical is not on the bright side, but his jumping, his stamina is so good on this game as well. So you are going to be getting a very good centre back card for next year, but there's a couple of minuses for him. The first one is his height is a big problem, and when you got like players like Benteke, you got like Aubameyang running past him, you can't stop it with Cesar Azpilicueta, but he's got the pace to run alongside with them, so it's going to be like a bit of a no profit no loss situation there. And another minus is that if he gets a fullback card with this updated stats for FIFA 18, his card would be an 86 or 87 rated fullback, but due to the fact his card is not optimized for being a centre back, his rating is going to be an 85 maximum, I believe, but he deserves to get a big upgrade than that. So moving into the fullbacks, first we got Victor Moses on the right hand side. Of course, playing way out of position. Like a lot of people question Antonio Conte for his decision to play Antonio Moses on the right hand side. He did justice. He was a very good, capable fullback. He got skill, he got pace, like Oxlade-Chamberlain did for Arsenal on a temporary basis. But I think Victor Moses was on a permanent role, I believe, and he got a right wing back card on the January upgrade as well. I can see him getting a right wing back card next year as well, and this card, like, he's going to be getting a very low rated card in the 80s, and his card is going to be very good, like a solid card for the starter squads in FIFA 18 next campaign, so look out for this one. So Marcos Alonso, what a signing he turned out to be, probably the best left back in the last campaign, and he's got a 79 rated card, which is of course a January upgrade. And for some reason, when I put his updated stats in the rating calculator that I use, it did only give up an 81 rated card, but I think with the performances he put in the last campaign, and he got a team of the season card, which is an amazing card to use. I think it's going to be like more than an 81 rated card, and I believe EA would give him an 82 or 83 rated card. And his card once again looks so solid, like Victor Moses as well. But this card is going to be much more expensive than his Nigerian teammate. And moving on to the midfield, we got an absolute engine. What a couple of years it has turned out to be for N'Golo Kante. 2 Premier League titles in 2 years for 2 clubs. Like, this guy is unstoppable at the moment, and currently he's got an 83 rated card in FIFA 17, which was once again a challenge upgrade. And I believe he's going to get an 85 rated center defensive mid card, and it's going to be far more overpowered in the next campaign. He's got a bit of pace upgrade in the database, and he's got defensive upgrades, and other than that, his shooting, passing and dribbling stats are going to get a minor boost. And he's going to be once again overpowered in this game, and this time he's going to be far more expensive than he was at FIFA 17, because he's going to be a high rated card. And if he continues to perform like this, another year or so, he's going to be like a big player, like 87, 88 rated player in the future FIFA. So a lot of big things to wait for N'Golo Kante. And Nemanja Matic has been once again consistent alongside N'Golo Kante, but this time he's been like overshadowed by the achievements of N'Golo Kante, but he's a solid, capable center defensive midfielder. And there have been a lot of speculation about his future, about him joining Manchester United, but I think he'll be sticking with Chelsea for a while, and he has got a very decent card, but this year, like with N'Golo Kante, many people don't use Nemanja Matic, but I'm the type of guy who likes to have a very tall, ball-winning center defensive mid. And I think for the last couple of FIFAs, he has been like 84 rated card, but has merely been changed, so I think he deserves an upgrade, man. 85 rated center defensive mid card would do justice for him. And he's got 2 goals and 9 assists in the last campaign, so that speaks for an upgrade. So moving into the attacking guys, first of all we got Pedro. Once again, I gotta give this to the Spaniard. He played tremendously well last campaign. It's been more of a revolution season for him. He grabbed the starting seat from Willian, so Willian is not going to be happy about that situation. So it's a lot of good fight going on between Chelsea right mids. So Pedro has got an 83 rated left mid card, and to be honest, not many people rarely use this card because he's so small on the ball and stuff, and his stats are not really great. But after scoring like 13 goals and 12 assists in the 43 appearances last campaign, I think he deserves for a decent upgrade. Maybe even an 85 rated card, but I've given him an 84 rated card with a decent upgrades, So moving into Eden Hazard, one of the star last campaign. Of course, he was downgraded in FIFA 17 back to an 88 rated player, and then he got his mojo back in the last campaign and it was upgraded to 89. But I think next year is going to be at 90 rated, or maybe even 91 rated card. People have been debating that, but I think 90 rated card is just like, the card just looks good enough for him. And 17 goals and 7 goals in the last campaign. A very good season for the Belgian, and it's clearly one of my favorite wingers in the game. Although he plays for a rival club, I do really like watching him perform. So moving into Diego Costa, and his future is really uncertain at Chelsea. Links have been linking him with the Atletico Madrid and a move away to China, and Chelsea have gone and signed Alvaro Morata. That adds up to the speculation about his future, and Diego Costa performed really well. 22 goals and 8 assists. He has always been a dreadful striker. 86 rated card he has in FIFA 17. For some reason, EA decided to drop a dead shed on his pace last campaign. They reduced it from low 80s, but I think his pace is so quick on the ball. He's so good in getting behind the defenders quick. He's got a quick feet, and his pace should be in the 80s, and his shooting is 83, for Christ's sake. He's one of the deadly finishers in the Premier League, so it should be around 85, 86. So I'm going to have a slight upgrade to his card in next year, and it's going to be definitely an 87 or 88 rated one. Antonio Rudiger from AS Roma, and I really like this card in FIFA 17. Although it's a very low rated squad, it does some key stats. It's got like 77 pace, 78 defending and 78 physical. That's really solid, and his in-game performance really outshines the stats on his card. He plays like an 85 or 86 rated centre back, and he has joined the Premier League, so that's perfect for him. I think last year people used Kurt Zouma in the starter squads last campaign, and this year is going to be Antonio Rudiger. And although he's due to get in a decent upgrade, I predicted an 81 rated card with some like good defending and good pace and stuff. Like, I'm definitely going to try him out in the starter squads in the FIFA 18. It's going to be so overpowered. Like, got a lot of low 80s players, and it's going to be a very good time, you know. So moving from one signing to another, we got Bakayoko, who was moved from AS Monaco to Chelsea. He got a big upgrade in FIFA 17 and he's got a 78 rated center defensive mid card. And looking at the card, it's not really good at anything, it's so average. But I think he's going to be getting an 81 or 82 rated card. I personally prefer 81, and he's going to get a very good upgrade on his defensive and physical stats. Of course, he's a center defensive mid, more defensive minded. You can see that by his poor shooting and stuff. He was so consistent in midfield last campaign for the League One champions, of course, so really looking forward to him, and he could be the cheap Kante for the starter team's next campaign. And just Fabregas, a guy belongs to Arsenal and was not a starter, definitely not a starter in Antonio Conte's team. He is more of a rotation player, comes on in the second half, and he's got 7 goals and 13 assists for the limited amount of playing time he has been getting on the pitch last campaign. And he's got an 86 rated card. For some reason, people just don't like his card. I haven't seen many people use this card. I do really like Cesc Fabregas in this game. He's an 86 rated player, and people just think see his passing. Just apart from his passing, his card is shit, but his card is really good and just lacks a bit of pace. And I think he's going to get a very similar card in the next FIFA. And Willian from Chelsea, he's got an 85 rated card in FIFA 17, and I think he is just going to be holding the 85 rated in the next FIFA. He might get a downgrade, he might get an 84 rated card, and Pedro might get an 85, it's highly debatable. He's got 12 goals and 5 assists in the last campaign, and he has not been playing much time on the pitch, and based off definitely the rotation for Pedro, and he would not be very happy about that, and he would like things to change. So he's going to get a very similar rated card in the next FIFA. So Michy Batshuayi, once again, is definitely the second choice striker for Conte. 11 goals and 3 assists in 29 limited appearances is really good for the Belgian striker. I think his card is going to be like one of the hidden gems in next year as well. His card is going to be so cheap, is so low rated, and I'm expecting a very similar card in next campaign. So finishing off this episode, we got Alvaro Morata from Real Madrid joining on for a massive fee of 65 million or stuff. This year the market is so fucked up in a really bad way. All the players are overpriced as hell, and he's moved from Real Madrid to Chelsea, and 20 goals and 6 assists in 43 appearances for the La Liga Giants, and he's got 82 rated card. I given him a decent +1 upgrade, but people suggest he should be at 84 or 85. But one thing which is highly debatable, that he plays for a very good club, and if you play for a very good club, you've got to get goals. So I don't think he really carried the team on his own, so I really think he deserves a little bit of upgrade rather than a big upgrade. So I give him a very decent 83 rated card, and who knows, he might replace Diego Costa at Chelsea. So really looking forward to see Morata in the next campaign. That's going to be the end of this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, drop a like and subscribe for more FIFA 18 content coming on this channel in the next few months. So until then, peace.